Hey guys, Marsengen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so, in what will probably be the last video I do about LR, Trunks and MAI and their EZA, we are going to go up against the Metal Cooler Core Red Zone stage, just to see how well they can hold their own against one of the most difficult bosses, where they do at least have type advantage. So I'm going to use a Whis in the first turn here. I want to make sure I can get to the last phase. In previous runs with different units, when we've been trying out like the Goku Black units, I've been quite impressed that STR World Tournament Goku Black can actually do okay as long as he gets built up early on. But of course, the last thing we want, worst case scenario, is that he gets super attacked at the end here by the Metal Cooler army. So go ahead and throw the Whis up. Of course, we get supered straight away on Vegito Blue. We did at least manage to get an additional super. So yeah, even after he gets a double super, he takes 93k. And then of course, the good old eat the super, dodge the normal attack meme. You love to see it. Dodging the normal attack that would do double-digit damage after eating the 93k super. You love it. So, they should tank for double digits, right? Because we've got the Whis, yeah. Their defense... Oh, they're going to get supered as well. Okay, how much is this going to do? 127k, jeez, okay. Nice double super in the first turn there, Metal Cooler Army. I appreciate that. At least he can be attack lowered, so... we've got that. We've got no need to worry about dying this turn, because obviously we still have the Whis active. So let's go ahead and do this. I didn't want to have to get the int-orbs for you, but you won't be able to super otherwise. And then yeah, we'll do this. Good to get 18 key supers with the Vegeta and Trunkses, actually get some stacks. So we need as much defense as possible, because obviously against the Metal Cooler Core, if we're at full HP, they can survive getting super attacked in slot 1, but you do still take a lot of damage. So ideally we want them to get as much defense build up as possible before we get to that point, right? So all I'm really interested in seeing in this particular showcase, or in this scenario, is how well Trunks and MAI will tank against the Metal Cooler Core, because in the Cell Max run video I did the other day, with some of their better defensive links active and the buff from Vegeta and Trunks' active skill, they actually took double-digit damage from Cell Max's normal attacks, which I was very surprised by. Now, the problem is, when it comes to the Metal Cooler Core, Red Zone, I can't run in MAI, or like even AGL MAI, because they'll just get absolutely destroyed by the Metal Cooler Core. So the problem is trying to find units that we can run around them that they do share some decent links with, but who are also actually good in this event, which is kind of the problem, right? So, see here, for example, I really don't want them in front of all of those attacks, but I don't really want them in slot 1 either. This is quite an irritating situation. So I guess we will. Do I just put you in slot 1? No, let's leave Vegito Blue here, as long as we can get an 18 key super, which we can. Although, can I get an 18 key super with you and Trunks and MAI? I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Because we're not worrying about doing damage, because we're not going to kill him anyway. And also, I'm gonna Whis again. I can't take the risk. That's the problem. This team build is, them in particular, it all comes back down to that thing about the Future Saga enemies, right? Like, if the Metal Cooler Army was a Future Saga enemy, I would feel much more confident about letting Trunks and MAI take hits. But, of course, because he isn't, and, you know, we know they can double super in one turn, I don't want to just leave them up to the mercy of all these incoming attacks. Because the normal attacks, we should be perfectly fine. It's just the fact that if he throws out a super here without an item active, I'm pretty sure they just die. So, unfortunately, the more I use this unit, the more disappointed I am with them. I'm not sure which order I'm going to put the videos up in. I think I'll put the Super Battle Road one up first, but I recorded a run with them in Super Battle Road, because that's kind of the place where they really should shine, like the place where they are going to be the most useful. And even in that run, I think they only stunned like once. and they barely dodged as well. So the more I use them, like I say, the more disappointed I get with the unit's performance. So we get the heal here from the support memory. We still have the Whis item in play. So I think for the sake of this rotation, I'm just going to go ahead and use the active skill here. So we get even more defense, and that will hopefully, with the Whis in play as well, we shouldn't have to worry about surviving the turn. So we'll go ahead and do this, and then we'll keep all of these STR orbs down here for Trunks and Mai. Goku Black's got full key, and he can't super attack anyway, so let's see how Trunks and Mai get on the next turn. I guess it works out fine with the item usage timing, because obviously we're going to get them on rotation now against the core without an item active, which is obviously the main thing that we are here to see. So hopefully after super attacking they will tank for double digits. But of course the thing you have to remember about the Metal Cooler core as well is that if he super attacks, he raises his own attack. So if he supers early in the turn, then obviously he is boosting his attack power, and then you're more likely to take a ton of damage later on in the turn. So look at that, double digits with the Whis active. Let's go Future Gohan. We love to see that. Well, and we got the buff from Vegeta and Trunks as well. Oof. Yeah, see, Goku Black not getting a super attack to get that greatly raising defense, that is pretty awkward for him. So I think what we need to do then, if we want to see... Oh, this is going to be so awkward. Because if I want to see Trunks and Mai attack, the best way to do that guaranteed is probably to put Vegito Blue in slot 1. I mean, I guess we are guarding, right? But, man, like, they are going to take a lot of damage from a super attack if he supers in slot 1. I think, even with the buff from their active skill, I'm fairly sure, regardless of who we put in slot 1, they probably die. So, what we can really do, I guess, is this, and hope for the best in terms of not getting immediately supered in slot 1, I suppose. We'll get some HP back from the same type orbs, but yeah, let's see how this plays out. Because with Vegeta and Trunks, if they triple super here as well, then obviously their defense is going to be nice and high. But I think they might still die to a super. I'm not too sure. We're not getting the triple super anyway, so... Okay, good. He didn't super attack. Alright, well, let's see. So, 4.83. Again, the drawback of having to run units who are actually good for this event, but don't necessarily link super well with them, means they're not putting out crazy attack stats either. 66k. I mean, like, that's not good, really, is it, at all, for normal attacks? That means they absolutely are getting killed by a super attack. And if he'd super attacked at the start of the turn, that attack would have done even more damage. So, man, they're so bad. I always try and like see the bright side of like a lot of units. You guys know, if you've ever seen me like discussing especially like new unit releases on Twitter and stuff like that, I'm always trying to be that like glass half full kind of person, but my god, they are not good. Like, the Metal Cooler core, whilst he could be argued as being one of the hardest Red Zone bosses overall, right, the debate is usually between him or Broly. So, he's the hardest boss in the game that they have type advantage over. And they still take 60k. I mean, again, we didn't have some of their better defensive links active, but the problem is, especially for the teams that they're on, running link partners for them who are actually good is kind of an issue. So, I mean, at some point, Future Saga is going to get a big buff. I think we need something like, maybe like a Carnival LR. I don't know whether it would be like a Trunks standalone or a Goku Black or something like that. That's like a 200% lead just for Future Saga in general. Or Time Travelers obviously would help as well. That's the other problem with Trunks and Mai, of course, that I kind of completely forgot until right now. They get extra stats by having a full Time Traveler team. But again, I had to try and build this team with units that would actually be good against the Metal Cooler core. So Future Gohan and Carnival Goku are obviously not Time Traveler units. So they were missing out on some of the potential stats that they could have had. But even so, overall, just very, very disappointed with this EZA. Like I said in the Super Battle Road video, I feel like the only time I'm ever going to use this unit again is if a Super Battle Road stage that they can be used on comes out that has Future Saga enemies. Because if it doesn't have Future Saga enemies, I mean, I guess they'd be good as like a floating stunner. But just overall, very, very disappointed. So let me know what you guys think down below. Final verdict on LR Trunks and MAI and their EZA. Like I say, I probably won't use them again anytime soon. So let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.